Shumi from OVERDRIVE, and I'm at the Micra Media Drive. This is not the launch. The launch is scheduled for the middle of July, probably the July 14th. Customer drives are likely to start roughly a week before that, and we'll find out more about that. I have two cars with me, which I will show you. That's the base model, the orange, black, orange, brown, red. The lights here are all yellow, so you can't actually tell the color properly. Behind that is the middle variant, which is the blue one, and the top variant is not here. We're going to drive it tomorrow, so I will comment on that car tomorrow. And since I haven't driven the car, I'm not going to talk about the ride quality, the handling, or the engine performance. Let me just quickly run you through the spec sheet. If you look here, and this video should be clear on this, the engine itself is called the HR12. It's a DOHC 12-valve 3-cylinder inline petrol displacing 1198cc. Produces 76 PS, not class leading numbers, but this is one of the lightest cars in the segment according to Nissan, which should allow this car pretty good performance. As you can see here, the number here is 18.08 kilometers to the liter. Again, it's a good number, not class leading, but a good number. 5-speed manual, and this is a 3-cylinder engine, and Nissan has said that there is a balancer in the car to ensure that the vibration at idle, which is a typical trait of a 3-cylinder engine, is not there. Typical suspension, McPherson strut and torsion beam at the rear. That's the dimensions of the car. It's a pretty substantial car actually, and I'll show you why I think that. And that's the basic spec. If you pause the video here, you should be able to read this clearly. Now let's go to the car. It is a substantial looking car. Nissan has been talking about how the bonnet line here is, let me just focus. Yeah, the bonnet line here is high, and that makes the car easy to drive because you can see exactly how big the car is. So, the issue that normally people say that the hatchback front slope down too hard, so you can't actually tell how big the car is. Well, that issue is taken care of. It is a nice looking car. It's more substantial than like a classically gorgeous car. It's a car that has presence. As you can see, the base model gets basic silver colored pressed steel wheels. Just swing to the other side. The middle variant gets covers on top of black steel wheels. Makes it look a little better. Both these cars will get these kind of mirrors. Only the top version will get body colored mirrors. Let me show you what the passenger front seat looks like. It's a pretty basic looking seat covered in a single fabric, integrated headrest. It's a nice enough place to sit in. There are some slightly odd details. For instance, this bulge here actually is a blank. It doesn't actually do anything, and that is actually the glove compartment, and Nissan have chosen to do this turn knob kind of thing to open this, and this is on both the base and the middle variant. We're used to push close, and I think that is only going to appear on the top model. No music system. As you can see, it's all grey here, and the AC controls are more or less identical to all the variants of the car, so there's no real change. I think the top model has an automatic aircon, but I'll confirm this tomorrow, I'm not sure. That blank is where the cigarette lighter goes. Cup holders, I don't think you can see it in this light, hold on. Yeah, that's the cup holder. I'm sorry, the light here is a little poor, it's in the night. And as you can see, this detail I noticed immediately, and I think it strikes me as a little weird, but the Nissan logo in the middle of the steering wheel in all the three models for now is this black colored plastic thing where we're used to seeing shiny plastic, and I believe Nissan has already received feedback about this, and there is work going on to ensure that there are chrome logos put instead, although I don't think it's going to make the launch of this car, probably come later. If not within the next few months, then at the model update, which will probably come in a year, 2 years time, I don't know. The steering wheel itself, it's nice and meaty, it looks well made, so they've got the quality perception thing going pretty well. I'll show you the rear seat now. That's the rear seat. The base model gets this very flat kind of seat. There's absolutely no contouring on it. It's a flat seat. It's a good hip point, but when I sat down, I find that my feet angle upwards, so they lose thigh support because of the angle. I don't know how uncomfortable this is or it's not, but tomorrow when we drive the car, I'll do a separate video with the top variant, and I think then we can comment more about it. It's a spacious looking car. It's a pretty large cabin, and I think the boot is where it really gets interesting because this is a really large boot. There you can see it. And base variant, so no parcel tray. I'll just swing around to the front side and show you the meters. This car has a basic set of meters, no rev counter. Look there. But it does have this little multifunction display. Let me focus on that. Yeah, that's the multifunction display, which is an interesting addition to the car. And I think the top model also gets keyless entry. Now let me swing to the other car and show you the differences. That's what the Micra looks like. Okay. And here we go. I'll just open this door. As you can see, this set of meters is a little more filled out. Let me just put the key in. So, sorry, the video is shaking because I'm changing hands. Hold on. So, as you can see, that's what it looks like. You've got the rev counter, you've got the speedometer, and you've got the multifunction display. Interestingly, All of the Nissans have the driver airbag as standard, but ABS is only available on the top model. It's an interesting choice they've made, and the only explanation we've been offered is that it's a price position. This is the music system, CD player, as you can see, aux port, and this little curve here looks quite interesting in the car. It's a interesting detail. Same kind of glove compartment again. You have to turn this knob to open this. Again, it strikes me as strange rather than as a good thing. In this car, you do get a, sorry, there's no light, so you can actually not see it. I'll pull it out. You get a blank instead of actual secret light, but at least the power point is there. So if you're going to charge your mobiles off this, well, you've got a power point for what it's worth. Rear seat, more sculpted, more comfortable because of the form, because they confirmed that the actual hip point is the same. So it's just that the contouring of these seats allows you a little more thigh support over that curve. I don't know whether this is bad or not. I again reiterate, I have not sat in this car for significant amounts of time, so I'm probably prejudging this, and we'll find out tomorrow if this is a genuine issue or not. Again, middle variant, so you do get a parcel tray, you can see it, and for what it's worth, once more, here's the boot. Nice, substantial, big boot. I'm not sure whether this volume is larger than, say, the Polo or the i20. I think the i20 itself is a larger car than this, so it will have a slightly larger boot. And basically that's the car. I'll just step away a little bit so you can see the rear three-quarter view of the car. There we are. That's what the Micra looks like. And I'll post a separate video, probably in the daylight, so you'll see more of the car then with the top variant to tell you what all is there in the top variant. Now I'll just walk to this board here, which has the spec sheet for the middle car. And once more, to see what's in the car, all you have to do is pause the video here. I'll just focus and you should be able to read clearly. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the new Nissan Micra. Bookings open July 14th, well, at least the commercial launch is scheduled for July 14th. They tell us that the car that they're targeting is the market leader, the Swift, and they've not officially said anything on the subject, but I believe that the pricing for the base variant should be below the base Swift, which is a very interesting price point to be. Thank you.